Alright, today we are learning how to multiply a polynomial by a monomial. So we're multiplying a poly by a monomial. So the first and most, the first thing you're always going to do is this big word right here that is involved in exclamation point behind it. Because it is that important. You have to distribute anything you see in front of these parentheses. So if it is in front of a parentheses, you have to distribute it to everything inside your parentheses. So this negative 3x squared has to go here, and here, and here. So take it one step at a time and be very careful. You gonna make me call you out on record? Okay, do your numbers first. Numbers first. Negative 3 times 7 is negative 21. Now look at your variables. X squared times x squared. 2 and 2 make x to the 4th. This is negative 21, not a fancy 4. This is negative 21, not a fancy 4 with little curve.
Oh, that's all mine looks like a 4.
Okay, negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 1 is positive 3. X squared times x is x to the 3rd, because there's an invisible 1 right here. So 2 plus 1 makes 3.
Wait, where did you get that? Where did you get that 3 from?
Negative 3 times negative 1 makes positive 3. Be very careful. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Now, this out here in front of your parentheses, this is like moving. How many of you have ever moved before? Yeah? So here's your family. It's a party of negative 3, and this is all your luggage. Okay? X squared is your luggage. So you're moving into this house with the parentheses. Now, even though you're moving into this house that has a party of 4, and you're going to multiply those, you still want to take your luggage with you. So even though there's no x squared here, x squared times an invisible 1 is x squared. So you need to take it with you. Okay, let's try another one. Practice makes perfect. 5 times negative 4. Negative 20. Good. A squared times a squared is a to the 4th. Good. 5 times 2 is 10. A squared times a is a to the 3rd. 2 plus 1. 5 times negative 7. You still want to take your luggage with you. There's no luggage on 7, but you're bringing yours with you. So negative 35a squared. Don't get ahead of yourself. Okay? I want you to try number 3 right now. I want you to try number 3. All right, so this is what you should have done. Negative 6 times 3 is negative 18. D to the third times D to the fourth is D seventh. You have to add your exponents. Okay? When you're multiplying, add exponents. Negative 6 times negative 2 is positive 12. D to the third times D to the third is D to the sixth. Negative 6 times negative 1 is, negative 6 times negative 1, because that's what you do when you distribute. Negative 6 times negative 1 is positive 6. D to the third times D is D to the fourth. Negative 6 times 9, negative 54. Good. You have your baggage still. Even though 9 doesn't have any luggage, you got yours because you need D to the third to come with you. Alright, now the reason I did not want you to do number 4 is because in 1, 2, and 3, we only had one variable. We had D here, we had A here, and we had X here. In number 4, you have 2 different variables. So you need to, again, be very careful and work one letter at a time. So distribute, just like we've been doing. 4 times 8 is, good, guys, are y'all paying attention? 32. Now we have K times K, which is K squared. Nick, what is M squared times M squared? No, ma'am. M squared times M squared is what? Good, Nick. M to the fourth. Okay. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. K to the first times K to the second, Sebastian. K times K squared. K to the third. London, M squared times M. M3. 4 times 5. 20. Jordan, K times K is. And then there's no M here, but I still have an M here, so I still need to bring that out. If you can look and pay attention. Yes, you will have to like terms. Even on this page, you will have to combine like terms. But right here, you would have to have the exact same letter and number. K squared and M to the fourth. So is there another K squared M to the fourth right here? No, so I can't simplify. Is there another K3 M3?
Yes.
No. Is there another K2 M2?
Yes.
Is there another K2 M2 exactly like it? No. So you cannot simplify. I want you to try 5 and 6 right now. Multiply it. 7 times 5.
What?
You did not take your C with you. Another 35.
Oh, under that.
It would be on that side of it.
On the same. So it would just be C or 7?
35C.
39 C.
Come on, man.
Alright. So,
Want to write it up there.
No, I just got mine.
Yes, what's your question? On number 6. Alright, so for number 5, you should have had 35C minus 14C to the third plus 7C to the fourth. Okay, but the problem with this is this in standard form? What is standard form?
Solve.
It's up on the board.
What is standard form? Jordan?
Is that when you put like the biggest exponent to?
Yep.
so that'd be
Yep. Standard form is when your exponents are in order from greatest to least. This one goes least to greatest. So I need to swap them around to where the highest degree is first. So really, my correct answer is 7C to the fourth minus 14C to the third plus 35C. Yes, I will count off points if it's not in standard form.
alright.
Now, what if I really keep it up on?
Okay, the answer to number 5 was 6 was 15 J squared K squared plus 10 J K squared. Well, this one, remember to find the degree, you add them. So this one right here has a degree of 4. This one has a degree of 3. Okay, now I'm going to do 7, 8, and 11 with you. The difference between these and the ones up above is that not everything is in a parentheses. You only distribute to what is in the parentheses. So this negative 2f will not be multiplied by f because it's not in the parentheses. Okay, so let's distribute. F times 5f is 5f squared. Always put your coefficient first. Always put your coefficient first. What is a coefficient? A number. Okay? 5f squared. 5 times 3, negative 3, is negative 3f. Bring down what's left over, which is negative 2f. Bring those down.
Oh, and then you would do this.
What? Do what?
You would add those two together. No.
Well, technically subtract, but yes.
Okay, but yeah.
Because look, they're like terms. Read it just as you see it. Negative 3 minus 2 is what?
5.
So your answer is 5f squared minus 5f. Is it in standard form?
No.
Okay.
Wait.
Yep, 2 comes before 1.
Oh, my bad. I'll take that.
This is not necessarily hard, but there are a lot of steps and it's very easy for you to mess up.
Yeah, confusion.
Okay. Number 8. The difference in number 8 is that there are 2 sets of parentheses. Okay? So let's just go ahead and distribute our first one. 2 times 4 is negative 8. P times p squared is p to the third. 2 times 5 is
10.
p times p.
P squared.
Good. Okay, so I just distributed the first one. Now, this 5 that I'm about to distribute to this next parentheses is not just 5, it's negative 5. So multiply everything in this parentheses by negative 5. Negative 5 times 2, negative 10, p squared. Negative 5 times 20, negative 100. Do you see any variables that are exactly the same?
Yes.
Yes. Callie, which ones do you see? 10p squared and negative 10p squared. So let's combine them. 10 minus 10. You had $10. I took your $10. How many dollars do you have?
Nothing.
0. But listen, if you write p squared, that's saying that you have 1. So if you have 0, nada, nothing, not a single little bit, they disappear. You just don't write it.
Nothing.
It's not there. It's like the number of days we had left in last weekend. 0. No more days left. To school we go.
Yay.
Negative 8, p to the third. So I'm just going to bring these down. Negative 8, p to the third. Bring down your 100, negative 100. Is this in standard form?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, number 11. The difference in number 11 is that there is a equal sign. Equal sign. Do you see it? Equal sign. There's two parentheses, a number that's not in our parentheses, and an equal sign. So if I distribute this 2 to everything in here, it becomes 8x plus 4. Bring down your minus 8. Nothing touched it, just bring it down. Now we have 4x plus 12. Distribute. If, no, I was just showing. Okay. If I were you, I would go ahead and take care of this first. 4 minus 8, negative 4, 4x plus 12. Remember, when you're solving equations and you have to cross the equal sign, you have to do the opposite. So if I'm going to take 4x to the other side to combine it, right now it's a positive, so when I move it, it becomes negative. 8 minus 4 is, bring everything else down.
Now it's a regular equation.
Take your negative 4 to the other side. If it's a negative, now it becomes a positive. So you get 4x equals 16. To break a multiplication, you have to divide. Divide by 4. So x is equal to 4. All right. What you need to do now is finish 9, 10, 12, and 13.
Wait.
13, can you do that shit with us?
Nope.
Just, you know.
So, I ain't